everyone, welcome back to the Casual Watch Review channel, and we've got something of a legend, a diving legend in the studio today. And no, it's not my beautiful little turtle here. It is this ISOFRANE strap. Now, I've always been intrigued about ISOFRANE straps, but never enough to invest the cash. These are $130, $140 depending on the options that you go for, but I've always been fascinated by them. And this particular version was very, very kindly sent into the channel by Robert, who is a member of our Casual Watch Talk Facebook group. Robert got this with his new watch, which incidentally is also owned by the same company that make these straps, Synchron Group, and we'll go into a bit about that when we talk about the history. ISOFRANE straps they're redesigns of the original ones, and really ISOFRANE was symbolic with dive watches of the 60s and 70s, and arguably the ISOFRANE design is as famous, I would say, now as the Tropic strap. And incidentally, ISOFRANE's parent company, Synchron Watch Group in Austria, also own the rights to the original Tropic trademark for watch straps, although this is arguably more of a genre of watch straps as opposed to a specific manufacturer. Not that dissimilar from ISOFRANE. So you often see a lot of ISOFRANE-like straps like this Watch Gecko one here. Let's just get it out of his box, and I know other reviewers have certainly made reference to this, that you don't really get a lot of box for your money. One of the other things you don't get either is spring bars. Now, I've added in here the Seiko spring bars because this is going to be living on my turtle. But the hole to put the spring bars in, it was a bit of a struggle to get these slightly thicker Seiko spring bars in. And I had to be dead careful not to affect the end here, but I managed to get it in and sort of wrestle it through. I think it's going to be a real nightmare to try and get these ones back out. I think it's made more for the standard watch spring bars, which I think is a shame that you can't get these larger spring bars in there. I always find them to be more secure, but having said that, it's not often that I've had a spring bar fail. Let's talk a little bit about the legend of the ISOFRANE strap. So before, the ISOFRANE dive straps were usually made from rubber. They were sticky, uncomfortable, and would often blister and crack. And anyone who's seen a very old rubber strap, they start to really break down and there's like a sticky substance underneath. Also, rubber attracts a lot of dust and particles that end up sticking to the strap. So ISOFRANE started making straps from a material called Isoprene. So Isoprene is a colourless liquid hydrocarbon that is obtained from the process of petroleum, and it's used as a raw chemical material for these straps. Isoprene was far more durable and maintained its looks over traditional rubber. So Isoprene is a natural substance, unlike synthetic rubbers like neoprene, that obviously have a very similar name to Isoprene. So these newer ISOFRANE straps, they're made from a similar mixture of that material. And the advantage is, not only does it make it less sticky and won't break down, but it's also hypoallergenic as well. It's also non-toxic and very durable, and it has a softness to it over standard rubber without including silicone in there. And that is one thing you notice about this strap. Very, very flexible, but it also has a rigidity to it. Like, for example, this Watch Gecko one is obviously extremely flexible. ISOFRANE is flexible, but it still has that rigidity to it. So it fits your wrist very comfortably, I would say. And as you can see, it's also quite thick. So if I get my calipers out here, just zero them out. At one end, you've got sort of 5.5, and then at the tail end here, it's around 3.5. So you do need a very substantial watch, I would say, to fit this on. That's why it's going on my turtle. I think anything smaller than a dive watch the strap might overpower it. Looking at the design now, so there's a couple of interesting things about the design. On the underside here, we've got the lines here, so that really grips it to your wrist. And then we have the trademark ladder style holes as well, which ISOFRANE really pioneered this. And this allows for moisture release. And then one of the things, partially my favorite thing, is this ladder style for adjusting the strap, because it allows you to get a very precise fit. Something that I do struggle with rubber straps is getting a precise fit. You also have these double keepers here, and one is, if you see, one's at a slight angle here, and the end of the strap is also at a slight angle to aid you getting the strap tucked in properly. And one of the other cool things with the design as well is this RS buckle. So the buckle is made from stainless steel with a screw pin, so it doesn't have a spring bar, it's a screw pin in there. And the name, the RS buckle resembles the original buckle on all ISOFRANE straps from the 1960s. And it's made from solid stainless steel construction. Buckle features an added security feature. I don't know if you can see it, but when the strap is on your wrist, the buckle itself, if I just show you, is angled so that the strap itself sits close to the other part. So if I open it up here, you can get a much better look. See how there's that like dog leg join in there? That's what secures it, even if these keepers fail. Or certainly that's what they say on the website. And you've got a couple of different options on the buckle here as well. The overall strap itself, this is orange colour, obviously, but it's also available in anthracite, which looks to be a sort of a grey-black, light grey. There's navy blue, they have a royal blue, black, a turquoise, a yellow, a coffee colour, and a blue. Now, I think if you're going to go for such a substantial watch strap like this, you might as well go all in and get it in orange or yellow, because it's certainly going to stand out, so you might as well go all in, I think. This is the 22mm version. It also comes in a 20mm version and a 24mm version as well. So here we have it on my Turtle watch here. Just a quick little, if you're wondering why my Turtle looks different than a standard Turtle, we've modded this. It has a double dome sapphire crystal on it, and we changed the hands as well and also the movement. But here it is on my Turtle, and as you can see, I think it needs a really substantial watch to pull it off. So here it is on my 7.2 inch wrist. Very comfortable. That micro adjustment, I like that a lot, because I sometimes struggle with rubber straps being in between the different holes there. So looking at the strap here, the big question, of course, is, are they worth $140? And I think this is a very hard question to answer. They're certainly very well made, and the process that they use seems to be very faithful to the original. I guess you're going to have to make your own minds up. I've reviewed straps from a $20 Barton rubber straps, which are awesome, right through to custom made ones for Tudor and Rolex, which are of a very similar price range to this. I think if you want to go with this vintage ISOFRANE look, you're probably going to have to buy the original ISOFRANE strap. And also, I would highly recommend that, even though their website is amongst the worst I think you'll see for a watch strap manufacturer, their website really isn't usable. It doesn't give you a good idea of what the straps look like. I think it's certainly a relic of a websites from the late 90s, I would say. But I think there is that many copies of this watch strap, you're gonna have to be really careful if you're buying one off eBay or even buying one secondhand, because it is, as with every great design, it's certainly been similar to this Watch Gecko strap. It's certainly been repeated, faked, and this, like this one here, is a homage to this strap. So I think you're gonna have to go all in. There is still dive watch companies that sell these straps. You can also get them on Amazon, and also Mark at Long Island Watch stocks these as well. So big thanks to Robert who sent me this strap in. I am very happy to have it in my collection. I think if you did pay $130, you're not going to feel like you've spent too much, I don't think. I've often flirted with getting one of their Tropic straps, although those are around $90, which puts it at the very high end of the Tropic strap, but maybe I will get one and then do a comparison between these two. So as always, I'm more interested in what you guys think. You've seen my opinion on this watch strap. Do you like it? Do you think it's worth it? If this is the first time you're watching one of my uploads, I'd love it if you hit that subscribe button. As always, I do appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time on the Casual Watch Review channel. Thanks guys, bye.